it, and I know the
When
people
we did
that
the
do it
water
as well.
jetpacks and we fell under the water and the metal dragged us underneath the water.
That was horrible.
Dude.
Welcome back, podcast episode number 86. Oh my God! I'm so excited to be here. Tommy in it, my co-host is here.
It's me.
And this is the episode. Now, you may be wondering, guys, what crazy things are we going to discuss today? Well, let me tell you. We are going to be taking your questions. We've done this before. We have tins of questions, and we're going to be going through them and answering your
Shut up,
questions.
I'm talking.
Shut up. Shut up. I'm talking. Shut up.
And that's the name of the podcast.
And that's
Welcome.
the title card.
Welcome back.
No,
Yeah?
that was
What's wrong
crap.
with that?
What the fuck
What's
was
wrong
that?
with welcome back?
No, the up of the... No, come on,
Oh,
let's roll that back.
my cadence was perfect.
Let's just try to do a classic.
Welcome back.
Jesus.
How are we all feeling? I'm good. Tom's good, I think.
I'm good, yeah, I'm good.
good.
My rhythm's off.
Right, no.
My rhythm's off.
I don't know
My
what that
rhythm's-
means.
Rhythm's all off, but I'll get to that later.
He's been talking about this all day since he walked in this damn
We've been
office.
talking about it all day.
All day he's been, oh, my rhythm's
Hey,
up.
hey! Shut up! I'm talking.
Shut up. I'm talking. I'm talking. I'm talking. Oh, shut up. Shut up.
Never done that like that before.
The haze with me. That's going in the title, or?
Guys, hello. Welcome back to the podcast.
Welcome.
How you doing? All right, cool, yeah.
We're going a bit more of a Dora approach these days. We sort of leave room for you
We've
to
been very
answer.
inspired by Dora this past week.
She's
Jack,
really cool if you've ever watched that
How
show.
are you doing since I last saw you the other day?
Muy bien. That's our Spanish bit because of the Dora influences.
And we want to
I've
increase
been
our
good.
Spanish viewership too.
That's true. Yeah, I'm well. No, I've been good. I've had a weirdly similar week to last week, but we'll get into that.
Ay, caramba!
Right. Well, oh, God.
To increase the Spanish viewership.
Yeah. So my worst moment of the week, is it? Oh,
yeah,
thanks for
that's
asking.
the opening segment, yeah.
Yeah. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
You won't possibly believe this because it sounds made up, and and for the viewers at home, I want you to know I'm not a liar. This genuinely happened.
Okay.
Last week, obviously for you guys, it's going to seem like 2 weeks ago because of the Dan and Phil episode, but those were filmed. The last two episodes were filmed in the same week because of Dan and Phil's scheduling. All this to say
Yeah.
that last week, chronologically to now, I fished that girl out of a pond.
Yes.
Right? If you don't know, a girl fell through a frozen pond. I had to fish her out. I had a socially awkward interaction with her dad. Watch the episode.
It was very tense.
It's like episode 19 or whatever. This week, I shit you not, my worst moment is having to save another fucking person from a situation.
What happened?
I'm not even joking. Last night, it happened yesterday, right? Me and Ellie ordered, we'd done a shop, but we missed a couple of bits. So we Uber Eats the last few bits that we'd missed because we were going to make dinner. So we Uber Eats from like Co-op or whatever. And then the guy rings me and he's like, oh, I'm here. I can't find your house. And I go, oh, where are you? And he describes it. I go, oh, yeah, you're at the top of the road. You just need to go down the road and you'll be at my house. I'll open the door. You'll see me. And he goes, he like makes some excuse. I'm thinking, what? Just come down the road. Right? I'm getting a bit frustrated. Right? And then he just goes, please help. And I'm thinking, is this big idiot has he grabbed the bags all the way at the top of the road? Now he's walking down with them, realised they're too heavy, and he's like asking me to run out my house and help him with the bags. So now I'm pissed off because I'm thinking, if you just listened to me and came down the road like I said, wouldn't be in this predicament, would we? I'm getting frustrated. So I go, oh, fuck's sake, man. Yeah, I don't say it, I think it, and I go,
Imagine,
what?
yeah.
And I go, what? I'm like, do you need? And then he goes, help! Quite intensely.
Yeah, that was intense. Even I'm in.
And I was like, oh, if the bag's ripping, it ain't that deep, is what I'm thinking in that moment. And then I thought, yeah, you're right, actually. So it probably isn't the bag ripping then, is it? If he's being that intense. So then I rushed out the house and I ran to the top of the road, and all I can see is some headlights on their side. Somehow, in getting off his moped, he'd gotten crushed under it, and his moped with all the food in it had just fallen on top of him. And he goes, please get it off of me. So So I'm out in my fucking old man's slippers because I didn't bother putting shoes on. Felt like a bit of a waste of my time. So I ran out in my fucking slippers, and then I sort of have this moment where now, as many of you know, I've recently been learning I have ADHD. One of the things I've learned about that is my ability to sort of process when something like a big task is in front of me. My ability to process how to deal with it is quite hindered. Yeah. So I went over to it, lifted it off me, and I looked at it and went, where am I best grabbing it? Was exactly what I said. And then I saw in his eyes there was no time to have a bit of a moment where I sort of...
Did you actually ask him that?
I said out loud, where am I best grabbing it? And then realised...
There's a bike crushing him.
Yeah, so then I sort of grabbed it at the hand. I'm going to grab it here. Because he didn't answer because he was busy being crushed. So I then grabbed the handles and lifted the moped off him. But this isn't the worst bit. This is I'm heroic here. Like last week when I saved the girl, this is the good bit. The bad bit, as always, comes the bit afterwards where you have to have a really awkward social interaction with the person you've just... And this time he didn't ignore me. This time he didn't just like sort of air me like the last guy. This guy got up and almost without missing a beat went, I need your date of birth. I went, what? And he's like, you've ordered alcohol, so I need your date of birth. and just got straight back on with the order. And I needed a beat to process what had gone on. Because all I was waiting for was my food, and all of a sudden I've had to run out in the freezing cold in just a t-shirt and lift a moped off a guy. And I'm like, what? Oh, so I give him my date of birth. I go, right, are you good? Like, is your leg good? Because it looked a bit fucked up under there. And he's like, no, I just need the pin. What the fuck? He was so adamant on getting this order done. So I give him the pin, and then he was like, cool. I'm like, are you good? And he's like, yeah, and he just drove off.
What the fuck? Then did you go inside and try to explain that to Eleanor?
I just went into Eleanor, and I was like, I just had to lift a moped off for the guy. And she's like, what? I'm like, he fell under his moped.
What the fuck? Can you imagine being trapped underneath a moped and your only line of contact is Jack Manifold through the Uber Eats app?
Yeah, like the customer that you're on the phone with, and all he did was go, help! I think he was shouting out to him, because one moped pulled up right as I got there, but then realised I sort of had already lifted it off of him, so just sort of watched for a minute and then drove off. It was... Yeah, it was weird. But it was nice to see another moped pull up and that they have solidarity like that.
They always cut that out of the superhero movies, don't they? The awkward exchange
afterwards. Yeah, but apparently if you go around saving people like I do once a week, then yeah, it happens all the time.
What a great new segment.
Isn't it, Jack save? But I've put out a request.
But clearly it takes a mental health toll on you because it's been your worst moment 2 weeks in a row.
It just spins me out. For half an hour afterwards, I'm just shaking.
And that would shake me.
And I just wish. I said to Ellie, I wish people would just stop getting into situations around. I text you actually.
Yeah, because this is what you text me, and it was before bed, and I thought, I have no fucking clue what this means. I'm just going to ignore it. And you just said, Tom, just had my worst moment of the week. I wish people would stop getting into situations around me.
The exact wording was, oh my God, mate, got a great story for the podcast tomorrow, haha. Just saved another person from some bullshit. People need to stop getting into situations when I'm the only one around.
See, okay.
Which is true.
No, but me at midnight before bed with no context gets the okay.
It was 8 p.m. It was 7:30.
Well, I was tired. Yeah, but people need to stop getting into situations when I'm the only one around. I really spent 2 minutes trying to decipher what that meant, to the point where I just went, oh, what the fuck, and then I put my phone.
Look, I'm sick of it. So this is to the people of Brighton. If you're ever in bother, I am able to help, but I'd rather I didn't have to.
But it will have a negative effect.
So I don't really like it. Also, I would like to say that I'm clearly getting quite good at it. The saving people.
Need an identity.
Yeah. Maybe soon I will, because I was cooking dinner. I'd already began some of the cooking. I had done my vegetables on the stove, waiting for them to be brought to boil. I went out to save the guy, and I remember thinking, fuck, I hope my veg isn't boiling by the time I get back. Because then I won't know how long I've been out here and how long it's been boiling for. And I'm supposed to boil it for 4 minutes. And if it's already boiling when I get back, how am I supposed to know how many minutes? I was stressing out. I got back. I saved this guy so quickly, the veg hadn't even started boiling yet.
Oh, hear that, guys.
The veg had not even begun to roll. A rolling boil had not been achieved.
I'm getting flutters, man, just from the thought of that.
Fanny flutters. You grabbed your sort of...
No, this is my bowels.
Oh, sorry.
I'm getting bowel flutters. Right. my worst moment.
I hadn't asked yet. Tom, what was your worst moment of the week?
Thanks
Probably
for
not worse than mine, but what was it?
Thanks for asking, Jack. Well, it was a different sort of worst moment. Well, it's unclear to me how, but I went to a tango class.
I heard about it. Why?
'Cause-
I didn't question it. I just went, oh, he does tango now, all right. But what?
One of our very, very underpaid workers, in an effort to try and feel some sort of relief from the sort of hard, awful, cruel work I give them,
Had scraped together for
had
weeks.
scraped together for weeks enough pennies to pay for tango class. Funnily enough, I didn't even pay for my own class in the end. I made them pay.
Good way of reclaiming
out
back.
out of hate. So we went to this tango class.
Yeah.
A couple of us from the team, and I have a lot to say about this tango class. Lots to say about tango. What I found out, I didn't know about tango.
Very sexual dance, I
It's a
hear.
very sexual dance is what I
Very
first found out.
sexual.
Very sexual and very old-fashioned.
Not the sort of dance I would be doing with my employees.
Well, there weren't just my dirty employees there. There were also lots of strangers there. I was the youngest, by far. So, we get there.
Sought after, I imagine, in the tango
So we
class.
get there, and first I find out is that men have to lead, women have to follow. Didn't love that. I was up for being a follower because I didn't know nothing. So I'm going to tell my worst moment, then I'm going to backtrack, is they'd circle round who you were with, and the women would swap over to new men each time. But there was this one woman who was very, very scary. And she was, I don't know how old she was, 50 or 60 in that range. And she had a deep, deep Essex accent. And, which isn't really an accent, isn't it? It's like Crazy Dave when he talks. And, from Plants vs. Zombies.
Oh, okay. It's like, Crazy Dave.
And, she was what I'd learned, I was about 45 minutes into this long tango session that would never end, is that I'm not good at tango. And she, inexplicably, this scary lady was wearing sort of pointy shoes that had her toes out, and I kept standing on her feet. And she kept getting really angry at me and go, stop standing on my feet. And I kept going, I'm not meaning to. You're meant to follow my lead. And she said, well, I can't follow you because you're not putting on enough tension. And I was like, I don't know. Because what I quickly found out about tango is that in order to move the partner.
God, you really got it wrong, mate. You really had it down wrong.
You have to put your hand behind them and sort of, like, literally manhandle them. But I'll be honest with you, like, this bit of your arm is quite near their boobs.
Oh, their boobs? What?
Because it's like up here, and then
What? It's
you have one
behind
hand
them,
out
though.
here.
Their boobs are on the front.
Yeah, your side bit here, your side bit of the arm. You're the last thing you want. So there's this scary as fuck woman who's not following my lead. So now I'm really trying to go, come on! And then I keep standing on her toes, and she's getting real tense. And then the man comes over. No, the woman who's in charge. She starts giving us instructions. And this whole time, by the way, she's been berating me. She keeps telling me what I'm doing wrong. And then this woman comes over, and she goes, oh no, he's doing it right, you're doing it wrong. And it turns out I actually was quite good at the tango, and that this woman was crap, but very self-assured. It was a very difficult, and some of the other dirty employees that were there said that apparently on my face, I had what I'm quite bad at, I've learned in life, is hiding things about myself, anything. And apparently on my face, I was going the whole time. Try and describe it to audio listeners.
A bit disgusted. Like a little bit uncomfortable.
And I really couldn't hide it.
Tense.
Really, I was impossibly tense. And she kept going, relax into it. I can't relax. I couldn't. So it was fucking really, really, really stressful. So that was my worst moment. I'm going to agree, you have a worst moment this week. But mine was differently bad.
Okay.
Okay? Not worse, different. But I agree, you having to pull a moped off someone was bad, but this was also really, really bad. It was in a social club. It felt like we genuinely stepped through like a nether portal into Mansfield, and it's still in Brighton.
What?
It just didn't feel like Brighton. It lost all of its sort of gay identity, its openness, its acceptingness, its welcomeness. It was scary again. I was scared again, Jack. And so you're in this little social club, and there's like 4 guys drinking beers, watching all of you dance.
What?
The second thing about tango is that it was an impossibly small space. So you have to lead your partner. I had to lead anyway. Women get to follow. But I had to lead this partner. But there kept being traffic jams of people because there wasn't enough room. So it was really stressful. I kept banging into people. And it was really sexual too. Sexual to the point where... And it was
What's sexual about it, though? Because
you have to stand up tall. You have to be like this. You have to this. This is one point where they gave the instruction. They said, and now, woman, I want you to curl your foot up the back of the man's leg. And I was like, please don't do that to me. Please don't do that. And there was this awful bit. This is one where this woman went, and you have to introduce yourself to every person. I went, oh, hi, what's your name? She went, Sarah. I went, oh no, that's the same name as my mum. I didn't say that. And I said, oh, my name's Tom. She went, oh, my son's called Tom. And I went, oh, my mum's called Sarah. This is awful. I don't want to have to do a weird dance with you. It was really uncomfortable the whole night. The whole thing.
Are you going to be going back?
No,
or?
I'm going to different dance classes. I want to learn to dance. But what I don't want to do
is tango.
Tango's not the dance.
They
for
do
me.
say it takes two to tango, and that's what they say, and it's a sexual euphemism.
I would have done. It just was so tense, and you had to real step into people, and you had to really sort of handle them.
That is really dance for you. Dance is a very, it's an intrinsically romantic sexual thing, I think.
I don't think it is.
Dancing with a partner, sorry.
No. When me and Erin would do the fortnight dance together, there was nothing. Well,
that's what I'm saying. You can't help
all
it.
right.
You feel vulnerable.
And then, just when I thought my tango class couldn't be any worse, at the end of the class, I pick up my phone, 8 messages, I think, oh no, it's kicked off again, hasn't it? Worse. Far worse.
David Lynch died.
David Lynch died? While I was tangoing.
It was fucking miserable. I apparently Eleanor found out before me because I'm very unobservant. And I got a news notification on my phone that said David Lynch has died because I saw it was the news. I just swiped it away, and then immediately got the message from Erin just a second later, who obviously read the notification saying he died. I went, what? And Ellie went, that was just on your phone. But so once I actually had bothered to read. Devastating. Because I don't know if we've spoken about this. We only made this podcast to climb the way through the social ranks to eventually be able to interview David Lynch. In fact, I wanted a framed picture of him on that shelf, but we never did it.
But it's important we get that now for next week.
Yeah, so we've
actually ordered a big photo of David Lynch.
I know. Miriam showed me an artist has painted one, and we've ordered an original of David Lynch. He was the only reason we're doing this. He's the only reason I'm still doing YouTube. I said this.
Yeah.
I would have quit without him. So
I brought me and you together. For this
I've been watching so much footage of him recently and remembered just how inspiring I found him.
David Lynch is a film director, by the way.
Yeah, I watched one of his films. I watched Blue Velvet.
Is it good? I've never watched it.
It was very good.
Yeah.
We got really into him as a person, not his film. So
it was quite unusual.
It was weird. So then I actually finally watched the film, and it was good. It's very deeply uncomfortable, but in a very like in an intentional. He clearly wanted that.
It's a great show, especially because he was so full of life. I mean, I know he smoked since he was 8, but he was so full of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and clearly cared a lot about life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been watching loads of videos of him, and I've felt the most inspired I've been in a while.
Oh really?
Yeah, which is weird. I made a slightly weird YouTube video because of it, but I also this is a weird one. I don't know if this is a consequence or not. I haven't been able to sleep.
Really?
Since David Lynch has passed, I've struggled to sleep.
What, has it been on your mind that,
Well, I don't think I'm not often sat there thinking about David Lynch, but I think what has happened is, and now there's 2 ways of looking at this. One, in watching so much about David Lynch over the past few days, I became re-inspired again. And the excitement of creativity and making is keeping me up at night. I'm excited about the future. That or David Lynch's spirit has been imbued within me, and now the creative juices of David Lynch flow through my veins. But either way, I've genuinely, every night I go to bed, I don't sleep till like 4 a.m. because I'm having ideas.
What do you do?
I'm having ideas.
Catching fish.
I'm catching fish. David Lynch called it getting ideas is like going fishing. And boy, did I fish last night.
You can
Tom,
me about.
I'm going to give you something here. Last night, at 1 a.m., I couldn't sleep, so I wrote an entire short film. Just scroll through those notes. Don't read them out loud, but just look at the length of them. Just keep going.
Don't read the first sentence.
No, it spoils it.
No, please. Short film. Line break. Brian is a writhing, grotesque mound of flesh. Non-human. Sorry, you can see why that threw me.
But yeah, just...
Oh, wow!
I did a drawing. The whole thing's storyboarded out. I've got the whole plot written. It just keeps going. I wrote this all at 1 a.m. Took about an hour.
That's excellent, man.
Share my art with the world, man. So yeah, I'm going to make a short film soon, I think.
How are you going to make the mound of flesh?
I have my ways.
All right.
But yeah, so I wrote... Wait, there's a spoiler in there. You've done a spoiler by reading out that note. I've just thought...
You don't have to... Okay, you don't have
It's
to.
all right. It's all right.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry, that wasn't my intention.
You didn't know. You didn't
I take
know. It's not
responsibility.
out yet. How do you spoil something that doesn't even exist? But you have. It's all right. We'll fix it in
seemed
post.
genuinely a bit hurt, sorry.
It's all right. Well, it's my... Well, it's incredible.
It certainly is a lot, isn't it? But I'm glad that you're... Yeah. You've sort of just gone on your phone, Jack.
I was just looking through my notes, proud.
But we are working on a different creative project right now,
well,
aren't we?
I suppose, yeah. But anyway, so that's what... But yeah, just every night. At first night, I thought Eleanor wasn't there, and I thought, have I gotten that used to sleeping in the same bed as Eleanor that it's just like her not being there off-put me, and I couldn't sleep. But then she's been back 2 nights now, and I'll just lay next to her writing weird shit down. But I'm having more ideas than ever. It's actually it's off-putting. And then in the evenings, I keep having a glass of red wine and watching a film.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why I have to have a glass of red wine. It just felt right.
It's because that's what David Lynch did.
Yep.
It's his spirit.
It's in me. David Lynch, he didn't go to the afterlife. He went right in there.
Okay, I'm not quite sure.
That's where he is now.
All right.
He lives in there. And in the hearts of many, not just myself. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know if it was obvious by the fact that I just said I wrote an entire short film at 1 a.m., but I have ADHD. We just found out. I got diagnosed officially. It was supposed to happen like 2 weeks ago.
It's been in the making for a while, hasn't
Yeah,
it,
they
the
had to
ADHD
delay it
episode?
because my psychiatrist got poorly. But eventually she got well again, and she actually wasn't that. She kept coughing throughout the entire call, and I thought, is she good? This isn't that pressing.
That's not very psychiatric of her, is it? Because she should know to take a break. But can you trust her?
Well, I don't know, but she did diagnose me with ADHD, and I've got all my I got my letters. You get a letter that basically says, "To whom it may concern, I've diagnosed this boy with ADHD." And I can give that to people now if anyone doesn't.
So what does this mean? What?
Well, I think she was telling me that if I had a real job and I wasn't sort of in this pretend field of work, then I could like go to my employer and they would put in like workplace like sort of protocols to.
I can put in
sort
some
of suit me.
protocols for you.
I think we already have. I think naturally, just through the way we work together, the protocols are in place. But they offered me that, but basically, I got a big letter that says like what the diagnosis is. It gives you an the exact. There's like a number.
Yeah.
But I'm not a doctor, so I don't know what the number means. But I got like a number. But essentially, it says, I have ADHD. Who would have guessed it?
Yeah.
Combined presentation, which is there's 2 sides. How much have we spoke about this bit before? I can't think.
I'll tell. This sounds new.
Okay, there's 2 types. There's inattentive type and hyperactive type.
Yeah.
I have both. So I have combined presentation.
Is that better, or is it better to just have one?
Is there a better? I don't really. I just have both. Inattentive is where you struggle to pay. I don't think I need to explain this. You probably can.
Inattentive, struggle to pay attention, and then
hyperactive is.
Yeah.
You feel the need to be doing stuff lots, always. So I've got both of them. And they give you the severity. In mine it says the severity is severe, which is it's never nice to hear, but you know. No. But then afterwards it is quite a common thing. But it says my functional impairment is mild, which basically means I've got all the symptoms, but I'm managing them great.
Oh, well.
So that was good. They said the biggest place it affects me is school, and I thought, well, that's convenient. Because I've not been bothering. Place it affects me is school, and I thought, well, that's convenient. Because I've not been bothering with that for a while.
You were really good in school, though, weren't you?
I was. I thought that part was a bit weird. And we spoke a lot about that. But I think... I think potentially what it means is the functional skills used in schooling are the ones that I struggle with the most.
That makes sense.
Despite the fact that I'm not actually in school, but it's like my ability to sort of like listen to things that aren't necessarily going to interest me and stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, it's sort of that. And then my other thing was my executive function, which is my, like, you know, the thing I said earlier, like when I couldn't lift the moped off the guy because I couldn't figure out how to do it at first.
So what's that like? Because I remember you said the very touching thing weeks ago about like looking at the cardboard boxes and being like, I wish I could do them.
Yeah, I just sometimes like a task. I think most people. This is how it was explained to me that because the psychiatrist also explains sort of why these things like are going off, and it basically people with ADHD have a underdeveloped frontal lobe, or some of them do. In my case, I do. Which is the part of your brain that it does a lot of stuff. But one of the things it does is when it's presented with a task, like subconsciously, like you don't actively do this. Like your brain looks at, like your brain decides, okay, like I don't know, like say I want to unpack these boxes, and like there's steps. Like it's first, it's like, all right, pick a box, open the box, see what's in it, decide what's, there's like steps, and like you don't necessarily have to consciously think of that. It just your brain sort of figures it out. The part of my brain that's supposed to do that is underdeveloped, so it sort of just sits there and goes, I don't know how to do this, and it sort of also sometimes can ask unnecessary questions, like, well, not unnecessary, but like things that like aren't important at that moment in time. Like a lot of the time for me, it's I want to unpack these things, but if I find something and I don't know where to put it, what do I do? And because that's not really an answerable question necessarily until you get to that situation. Like it's a bit specific.
Make a pile.
Yeah, well, exactly. Like, but like there you are. But you see, I just go, well, I can't do it then. And you know what I mean? Like, because you can't do a task unless you can figure out how to do it. And if you can't figure out how to do it, you just can't do it. And as much as you may want to do it, you're just going to sit there